Hello, welcome to my channel today. Thank you for joining us. If you are a new subscriber, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so as to be notified anytime we drop a new video. So in our tutorial for today, we'll be drafting a Victorian corset, also known as an overbust corset. So these are the measurements I'll be using: the back measurement of 16, the bust measurement of 39, the underbust 33, the waist measurement 34, my shoulder to bust 11, or to underbust 15.5, to waist 19, and the full length of the blouse is 25 inches. Now this one, you'll be using the upper hip measurement, not your exact hip measurement. So you'll be using the round measurement of where the full length stops. So let's get started. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches. So let's draft our basic full bodice. If you don't know how I got, so I've done the allocation. If you don't get how I got the allocation, you can try our basic bodies, how to draft basic bodies. I did the explanation on how to do your bust and your waist allocation there. So now we're going to mark our back measurements. So we have this. Then our shoulder, I want to do the shoulder slant. You mark your 3 inches for your shoulder slant, and on the armhole line you step down by 1 inch to get your shoulder slant. You do this. Then from that shoulder slant, you are going to measure your shoulder divided by 2 to get your armhole depth. That's 8 inches. My shoulder is 16, so my armhole depth will be 8 inches. So from here, then next you're going to draft your nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2. I will get 4. So I will mark it down. So I have this. Then on the nipple line, that line now, we are going to place your tape to measure your shoulder to bust measurements, which is 11, your shoulder to underbust 15.5, your shoulder to waist 19, and the full length, which is 25. Then you extend the line. So now we have this. Then we're going to impute. So this is going to be our bust line, our underbust, the waistline, and the full length of the blouse. So then with the allocated measurements, my front waist and my front bust is 10.5. So I'm going to impute my 10.5. Then I'm going to do the same thing, the same 10.5 on my underbust line, also the 10.5 on my waistline. So from there now we're going to our underbust measurement. We impute it 8.5, my waist measurement 8.75. So this is what I have. Now to impute the darts, now I will measure the excess I have from the normal waistline to the bust measurement I brought down to get my darts measurement. So I have 1.75. Then I'm going to split it on both sides. So on this side I'm going to use 0.75. Then on this side I'm going to 1 inch. So for my underbust, my bust line, my darts will be waist stopping ½ inch before the bust points. Then I'm going to do something like this. So this is what I have. I'll connect this my bust line, my bust measurements. I'll connect it together like so. So to do my under bust contouring, we're going to use the excess that is here on the under bust line. So here we have 2 inches. So I'm going to split it on this both side. On this side, I'm going to use my 0.5, and I'll use the remaining 1.25 on this other side to get my under bust contouring. So from the under bust line, we're going to bring it down to the waistline. Okay, you are going to do like this. Now on this waistline, don't forget that the dart we used was 1.75. We are going to bring it straight down to the full length. The dart you use on your waistline, you're going to bring it down to your full length. So this is what you have. So after you've done that, then we are going to impute our upper hip measurement. My upper hip is 37 divided by 4. I get 9.25. So now, when I want to measure my 9.25, you can use your calculator to add your 9.25 plus the dart leg we use here plus 1.75. Then we get 11 inches. So you can mark your 11 inches when you've added. You know, this is not part of our measurements. We are going to cut it out. So my upper hip measurement plus the dart leg, I can measure it as 11 inches. I'll mark it here, or I can go through it like this. I will measure this side to the first dart leg. This I have 3.25. So I'll take my 3.25 to this other side to measure my 9.25, and this is what I got. So it's the same thing. You can go through it that way. So we have your hip measurements here. So this is what I have here. Let's do our armhole cuff. So we have this for 8 inches. So divided by 2, I have 4. Then I'll step down by 1. That's going to give me 5. Your armhole depth divided by 2. Your armhole depth divided by 2 plus 1. That is where you are going to get your across front measurement. So you're going to place your tape and your cuff like this. It's going to touch this line. So you step in by 1 inch. Sorry, from the marked area, the across front measurement, you step in by 1 inch to get a perfect armhole cuff. So you place your French cuff like this. It's going to touch this line. The 1 inch you stepped in, and this is your measurement. So to get a perfect shape from the armhole, this is what you're going to have. Next thing now, we are going to decide on the yoke. Now this one is going to have a yoke, so I'm going to use another fabric for the yoke. Now I'm going to determine my shoulder, my depth, the neckline depth, how deep I want it. So I want my yoke to stop at, let's say, 7 inches, or you can start from your underbust. You measure your cup height, how high you want your cup to be. So okay, let's use 8 inches for my cup height. So that is how high I want the cup size to be. So this is what I use. I want now for the upper part is going to be for the yoke. So I'm going to use another fabric for that yoke. And we're going to extend the line like so. So on this line now, I want to do my overbust tightening. So I'm going to use 1 inch on both sides of it, so that I'll have a perfect, it will be tightened very well. So I'm going to use 1 inch on both sides. Now I've taken out 2 inches from this measurement. By the time I want to replace it back with my yoke, it might shorten the measurement. So from my armhole cuff here, from this place, I'm going to step out by 1 inch. So I'll step out by 1 inch to draw a new armhole line. So with this one that I've stepped out now, by the time I'm joining the yoke back to it, it's going to fit perfectly. So for this down part now, I'm going to go with this armhole. This is the one that will restructure. This is what we are going to use. Then the neckline styling, it depends on what you want to do. So I just want to come down a little bit. Now come down by 1 inch. Then you get this. So it depends on what you want. So it depends on what you want, the style, the neckline design you want to do. But for me, I think I'm okay with this. Or you can just style it down. Let me just leave it like this. I think I'm okay with this one. So your neck depth for the yoke, it depends on you. I'm going to use wideness of 4 inches, and I'm going to use the depth also of 4 inches. So for this one now, I'm going to use a chantilly lace for this one, and this other parts I'm going to use a plain material. Now for the this is our basic bodice. Now we want to cinch the waist. Now this overbust corset we are going to use is going to be a structured one. So I want to cinch the waist. Then you come to your waist measurement, your waistline, whatever is remaining after this dart. So here I have 5.5. So I'm going to divide the 5.5 into 2. So this is, it stops here. So from this place now, I will draw a line. From this place, I will draw a straight line, and on both sides, I'm going to cinch the waist by half inch on both sides. So this is going to like reduce the waist measurements and to make the waist measurement to be more pronounced. So I'll do like this. So this is what I will have for the waist cinching. So if I cut it out, I'm going to have 3 pieces for my, I have 6 pieces for my front. You know, this is the half scale. So this is my center front, my mid front, and this, oh, this is the side front, sorry, and this is the center front. So these pieces now, I'm going to cut 2 of them. So my front we have 6 pieces for the front, and on each of that line I'm going to put my boning for the structure. By the time we proceed, we are going to get it. So let's start the down part of our blouse so that we don't have this straight look. So from this my center front, I will step down by 2 inches. So my 2 inches will stop here. Then we want to style it. We have something like this from the side front, and for the center side front you get something like this. So now we go straight. So this is just basically what I want. So you can use your cuff to perfect it very well. Okay, so this is the shape I want for the down part. So let's go ahead and draft the back measurement. Okay, so Let's start, draft our back measurements. It's basically going to be like the same procedure. So you measure your back like this to get your armhole line. So you have this, the neckline to get your shoulder slope. Armhole depth, which is shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder is 16, so I have 8 here. My nipple to nipple is 4. To your dart line, so on this line, on your dart line, now you are going to place your tape to measure your shoulder to bust line. My shoulder to waist line that I use for the front, I use 19. I forgot to explain when I was drafting the front bodies, I took in 2.5 as my bust dart. So if you take out 2.5, you are going to have 16.5 around here. And the full length for the front I used was 25 inches. Because of the bust dart that I took in, it's also going to affect my full length measurement. So if I take in 2, it's going to give me 2.5 is going to give me 22.5. So this is what I have for my front. Now we'll extend the lines. So this is my bust line, the waist line, and the full length. So now we're going to impute our bust measurements. My back bust is 9 inches. So this is what I have here. So the 9, before we do that, let's do our sway back for the back. On the center back, you are going to step in on the waistline by 0.75. From here, you are going to measure 5 inches to get your sway back. So you join it together, then you bring it down to the full length like this. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to measure from this new line. Now, you know we are cutting out this part. So from this new line, you're going to measure your bust measurements. That's 9 inches. You do this. My waist is 8.25. So once I do this now, 9 inches. Now I want to see, most times this back measurements I use doesn't always carry the dart for the back. So I just want to see if there is any need for that. You see, if I want to extend it back to the dart line, to the back, so this, if I want to extend it up like this, the difference here is 0.25. So my back measurement don't always carry that. So I'm going to proceed to measure on the upper hip measurement, which is 9.25. So this is what I will have for the back. Then I will connect the lines together. So this is my back measurements. Let's do our armhole depth, our armhole curve. Divided by 2, then you step down by 1 inch, you get your 5 on the line. For your cross back, you step in by 0.5, then you connect the lines together. So you connect it together like that. Now don't forget that for our front, we cinch the waist by 0.5, 1 inch for the front. So since my back is not carrying any darts, so I'm just going to use the dart line to cinch my waist. Now if you want to cinch your waist, if you want it to cinch more, now this I'm cinching by 1 on this side for the back. That means I'm reducing 2 inches from the back measurement and also 2 inches from the front measurement. If you want to take in more than that, you are free to do that. What you are just going to do is you create another style line. If you want to have a lot of lines for your back, I think I prefer these two for the back. I think I'm okay with this. So if you want more, you just measure whatever is here, divide it by 2 to get another line, then you can cinch it. So by doing this, you are taking like 4 inches from the back. It depends on you, it depends on how much you want to take. But for this one, I think I'm okay with this. Now I'm going to determine the neck depth, how deep I want my neckline to be. Now if we come to the front draft that we have here, from this place to this place, I'm going to measure it to see how, so that it will be the same thing. Here we have 1.25. So I'm also going to come here to measure the 1.25. So I want my back to be a little bit low, so I will do it like this. Then my neck depth that I use for the front, I use 4 inches. Now for the back, I want it to have a V kind of shape, a V back shape. So that is my neck depth. Okay, let's complete this. So this is my cinching line. So now for the grommet back, for the back now, I'm going to use 1.5 for my grommet back. So I will mark, following this back shape, I'm going to mark the 1.5. So this is the grommet bar is the one that is going to carry the eyelets. So I want to have a separate space for my grommet bar. So you follow the shape of your sway back to get the grommet shape. Now I don't like it when by the time I lace it and it will be very wide. So we are not going to take anything out from our center back. Let me just follow this line. We are not going to take anything out of our center back. I've cinched this. So it's whatever the 4 inches I'm using to cinch it is what is going to make me to have a divine waist line. So this is where it is going to carry the highlights. So we have this like this. Then I can style my neckline. I said I want you to have a V shape. So I'm going to mark it down like this. So all this place now, we're cutting it out, and our dart also, we are cutting it out. So this is basically the back measurement. So we have this piece, our side back. Let's say this is our center back, and this is going to be the grommet back. So I'm going to like label it. This is the upper part, this is the down part. So this is where I just want to draw the arrow to know where the joining is going to come from. Okay, so let's cut out our back first. This one, so let me measure up. it's always good to measure, to label your patterns so that when you are cutting it out, you not go and mistake the down parts for the upper part. When there is a mistake like that, it's going to give you problem and your result will not come out as you want it to. So because that's the problem. So this is my back patterns. This is my back pattern. So you can label so I know what to do. So let's cut. So for the front now, before we cut this down part, okay, let's slash that line because we are supposed to open that line first. We fold the dart leg inside like this and make sure this down part is equal before we style our front. You see now, this is what we styled before. You see now that it's not equal again. So with this now, we're going to come up again. So this is the one we'll be using. If you cut this first one we did, by the time you are joining it together, you just notice that one is longer than the other. So it's always better that you slash your dart line, you fold it in and make sure it's equal, then you style your down parts as you wish. So having done that now, we can go ahead to cut it out. So this is what I have for my center front. Cut out the darts. This is the center front. Be careful when you're cutting out your patterns so as not to cut out from your original measurements. Okay, so my cinching line. Don't forget to close your bust start. It's very important. So close it like this. So this is what we have for the front. This is my front patterns. So I have 6 of these. By the time I cut it on the fabric, I'll have 6 of these for the front. So each of this joining, I'm going to put my structure, my bony structure and everything.